When we talk about women warriors of India's freedom struggle, one name echoes everywhere, that is Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi. But what if I told you that almost 75 years before 1857, there was another queen who not only raised an army against the British but won her kingdom back? She was not from the North India. She was not from the history books. She was from the deep south. She was the lioness of Sivaganga, Queen Velu Nachiyar, India's first queen to fight the colonial rule. It was 1780. British power was tightening its grip across the South India. But in the kingdom of Sivaganga, ruled by King Udaiyal and Queen Velu Nachiyar, the flame of defiance was already burning. The British East India Company, aided by the Nawab of Arcot, attacked Sivaganga. The king was killed. The queen was forced to flee into the forest with her newborn daughter in her arms, her heart burning with vengeance. But you know what? The courageous Queen Velu Nachiyar became the spirit of resistance, which was still alive. For 8 long years, Velu Nachiyar lived in exile, but not in despair. Exile didn't weaken her, it transformed her. As I said, for 8 long years, Velu Nachiyar lived in exile, but not in silence. She studied warfare, diplomacy, strategy under the Marudu brothers of Sivaganga, who became the brave warriors as her generals. In the forests of Dindugal, she trained herself in warfare and diplomacy. With the help of Marudu brothers, she built her own militia. She studied military tactics and forged alliances with neighboring rulers. Even Hyder Ali of Mysore saw her courage. He offered weapons and soldiers for her cause. Yes, even she met Hyder Ali, the ruler of Mysore, seeking arms and support against the British. That shows that she was not just a queen, she was a strategist, a visionary, and above all, a leader who commanded loyalty through courage. Yes, she was not just a grieving widow, she was a strategist, a visionary preparing to reclaim her destiny. Velu Nachiyar created something truly revolutionary, the Udaiyal Regiment, an all-women army, only women, trained in archery, horse riding, and guerrilla warfare tactics. And among them all, there was the most loyal warrior, Kuyili. Came to strike, Velu Nachiyar's army planned to destroy the British armoury, which was the heart of their power in Shivaganga. But someone had to light the fire, and it was Kuyili. Kuyili walked into the enemy's camp, soaked herself in ghee and oil, and set herself ablaze inside the armory. The explosion destroyed the British stockpile, and this light the fire of freedom in Shivaganga and marked as the first recorded suicide attack in Indian history. Kuyili became India's first self-sacrifice warrior. With the British disarmed and weakened, Velu Nachiyar led her troops to victory, retaking her kingdom of Shivaganga in 1780. She became the first Indian ruler to defeat the British and ruled her land with justice, courage, and compassion. Decade, she governed as a warrior queen, restoring peace, prosperity, and pride to her people. She ruled with wisdom and justice, establishing a people's government, building alliances, and restoring temples destroyed in the war. She became the first Indian ruler to reclaim her land from the British a full 75 years before 1857. Yet her story slipped through the cracks of history. No chapters in textbooks, no memorials in Delhi, but in every woman who dares to fight, in every leader who refuses to kneel, Velu Nachiyar lives on as the spark that lit India's first flame of freedom. Yes, yet her story faded into the shadows of history. No chapters in school books, no national memorials, as I said, but in every woman who fights injustice, in every leader who dares to stand alone, Velu Nachiyar lives on as the first spark of India's freedom fire. As I said, for you as the UPSC aspirants, remember, freedom didn't begin in 1857. It began even before that, every time an Indian said no to oppression. It began every time when an Indian said no to oppression. And Velu Nachiyar said it first, with a sword in her hand and fire in her heart. If you want more such untold stories that shape our mains and essay understanding, subscribe and share this video, because history deserves to be remembered and retold and not just to read. Jai Hind.